Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Now to pause and refresh. For your convenience, we have an attractive refreshment stand in the lobby with buttered popcorn, golden good and hot from the popper, your favorite candies, wholesome and rich with a flavor treat for every taste, ice cream and other good things to eat, plus delicious Coca-Cola, so bright and bracing with the tang and tingle unmatched by any other beverage. Enjoy ice-cold Coca-Cola at our refreshment stand right now.
Broadway, you magic street, river of humanity, I have trudged my weary feet down your gay white way, dreaming a million dreams of fame, yearning for you to know my name. Broadway, you have heard the stories of a lot of years and glories, but you've always been the same, always playing in the game. Noisy, hurry with your bustle, scrambling, dizzy, full of hustle, jazzy, thrilly, brassy, silly, Broadway singing, Broadway music, Broadway melody. Don't bring a frown to old Broadway. You're not a clown on Broadway. Your troubles there are out of style. For Broadway always wears a smile. A million lights, they flicker there. A million hearts beat quicker there. No skies are gray on the great white way. That's the Broadway melody.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Hold it! That number's too slow. Cut out the Maloney sisters.
You mean cut out the whole first chorus?
Yes.
Well, have they cut us out altogether?
Ain't it awful the way they cut out these big stars?
I'll get to you in a minute. Listen here, Mr. Zanfield, you can't cut us out like that.
The eye of the enemy is moving. The end has come.
Every day, Frodo moves closer to Mordor. How do we know Frodo is alive?
What does your heart tell you?
Come, Master. Come to Smeagol.
This is your test. Every path you have trod through wilderness, through war, has led to this road.
The enemy will never let Aragorn come to the throne of Gondor.
It is time. Give him the sword of the king.
Become who you were born to be.
The precious swimming eyes.
He means to murder us! Never!
I'm not sending him away. Come to me.
The order's set. The pieces are moving.
He is here.
We come to it at last.
I see in your eyes the same fear that would take the heart of me. A day may come when the courage of men fails. When we forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship. But it is not this day.
Whatever happens, stay with me.
This day, we fight!
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
achieve victory through strength of arms.
Not for ourselves, but we can give Frodo a chance.
The next award is for the best performance by an actress in a supporting role. For Rachel, Estelle Parsons. For The Heart is a Lonely Hunter, Sandra Locke. For Funny Girl, Kay Medford. For Rosemary's Baby, Ruth Gordon. For Faces, Lynn Carling. The winner is Ruth Gordon in Rosemary's Baby.
I can't tell you how encouraging a thing like this is. The first film that I was ever in was in 1915, and here we are, and it's 1969. Actually, I don't know why it took me so long, though I don't think, you know, that I'm backward. Anyway, thank you, Bill, thank you, Bob, thank you, Roman, and thank you, Mia. And thank all of you who voted for me, and all of you who didn't, please excuse me.
We still are very pleased that we do something as silly as have the red curtain that opens before and after the movie and closes after the movie, because, you know, it was about being special.
That's a silver curtain was shown really for showing 3D movies. It broke one night after we closed, and I just left it.
The Coolidge was one of the theaters that people from downtown Boston would take limousines to see film.
This has been a problem from the beginning, because it's just basically my wife and I running it. We had a few people working with us, you know, during the show.
As a director of a theater, it's an amazing opportunity to be in the position where you bring people together.
People's ideas about the movies changed because the movie industry was changing. They became complexes, you know. So they could show 12 movies a night if they wanted, where we could only show either one or two. Childhood, seeing a movie, is nothing like the childhood they see today.
Nowadays we have so many options, from just sitting in a corner and watching your iPod and watching a movie.
When we reopen, I think we'll do very well once we get everybody in the knack of going to the theater again. Now, this is the back of the auditorium. It's a huge auditorium. Originally it was built with 1,260 seats.
Originally the Coolidge Corner Theater was one big movie house, which probably had 1,200 seats in it. And over the years it's changed.
Don't look at the floor, because you'll find ceiling paint and everything else.
By people volunteering and taking an interest in their own community theater, saving it, and volunteering time, and then putting money and reinvesting in their community, that's what this story in this theater is all about.
It's a huge auditorium, and the seats are in good shape. I've done a lot of reupholstering the seat pads themselves.
What's beautiful about having something like this in the downtown of your community is people come into the community.
The local newspaper had a question on the comic page. Somebody wrote, was asking for the largest screen outside of Boston, and the answer came back, I think it was in Framingham, something like that. And he gave the dimensions of it. It was like 19 by or 18 by 39, something like that. And I said, wow, that's the same size as mine. So nobody ever thought of, you know, this place as having anything.
People were very invested in the idea of preserving a theater in their community. We have very large rooms, and if you don't have people in them, and you're paying a huge heat bill for that, it's not going to work out monetarily. You know, you gotta have this thing work.
These seats, Hayward Wakefield, which is like the Cadillac of the seat back in those days.
We've put in bigger seats downstairs.
Most of the center section is, except for the last 6 seats here, roughly, 6 rows, are in pretty good shape.
It's not a one-man show. It's really, it takes a lot of time and energy and dedication.
Huh, I don't know why that's not working now. Did last night.
The teenage audience is a real hard audience to attract to anything. It's hard to get them to do anything that's community focused or minded.
So when the kids broke in, they did everything. You see how they broke the walls through on both sides?
It's the nature of teenagers to rebel against anything that anybody else does as a norm.
This is the dressing room area before, because the theater was built for live and movies. So if you put on live stage productions, you'd have the different dressing rooms.
These buildings were built and they meant something originally.
That'll go into the orchestra pit. Oh, Jesus.
In my own hometown as a child, grew up in a movie theater and loved every Saturday and Sunday, you know, the double features. And that building turned into a lumberyard.
Ah, geez, they stole the, all the equipment here, they stole it.
It's just like how when you probably think about your parents or oldness or whatever. It's like, you know, you think that things don't have value when they get old. And it's probably the wrong way to be thinking about investing in future.
So you can open it. And then you close it when you're not using it. I have a couple of contacts with the federal government, hopefully, to see about getting, you know, federal money for reestablishing existing buildings that were registered as a historic site, federally and state. It must be 2 or 3 years ago, when supposedly I had gotten the federal money, but the woman that was getting it in Washington had a bad automobile accident, so she was out of whack for a while. We just never got the money. I think if I get the federal money, then the chances of opening are good again. And I'm not getting any younger, so I figured the most I'll be here would be 5 years, and then I'd just get rid of it, but it would be how I'm feeling at the time.